What they do, y'all. It's the Heat Hour on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. I'm your host, Ajani, the Heat fan from the GOAT James Kingdom platform. It's another Monday where I'm going to be doing this every Monday night, 8 p.m. And I got my Heat going up against Boston, so it's about time we do a grade for game one. It wasn't a sweet game for us, but hey, we were playing Boston, the best team in the league. So thank you for joining me on a Monday night as we got other playoff games going on as well. Thank you so much for taking your time, for coming up to the GOAT James Kingdom platform and showing your support, because you guys know what we do best. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber to the channel. If you're a Heat member, a Heat fan, become a member of the channel, because I will continue to drop content about us Heat. And what we about to do is we are going to give ourselves a grade for how good we are. But again, this is the Heat Hour. It is Monday night right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. We're going to have some fun here to talk about my Miami Heat, because again, the Heat are still the team to beat in the East. I don't care what nobody tells me. We are the team to beat until somebody beats us. It's a 7-game series. You got to win 4. 1 doesn't mean nothing. So y'all go ahead and check us out also on Facebook, TikTok, Discord, Instagram, and Twitter, as we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. But again, we're not talking the GOAT conversation today. This is the Heat Hour with Ajani. So thank you for joining me, y'all. We about to have some fun. So, as y'all know, the Heat, we lost yesterday. Got our butts kicked, hands down. Boston was not playing around with us, but we have some good things that we can show you about yesterday's game, and we also have some bad things. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are saying that do the Heat have enough to actually win? Is there enough? Are the Celtics just too much for the Miami Heat to overcome? Again, we are the Heat. We have enough to beat the Celtics, but they came out firing yesterday. They were firing from the beginning of the game. They were on point. So without further ado, we're going to get to this. Shout out to everybody that is supporting us and here for me tonight. If you know any Heat fans, let them know about the Heat Hour, because this is what I do here. I like to talk basketball, and I am ready for my Miami Heat. We don't play again till Wednesday night, so we have some time to actually come up with a game plan. So, let's talk about Spoelstra and that game plan. First off, I'm going to give Spoelstra a B for his game plan and for what he did and the way we played on Sunday afternoon. They came out firing, and they hit the first 5 out of 6 shots. They missed their first shot, but then they went and hit like 6 shots straight. And within that, he called early timeouts to try to stop the run, to try to stop the bleeding before it really got out of hand. And we were able to make a little run at the end of the quarter. It wasn't enough, though. Boston just kept firing. They were hitting shots left and right. So it was actually, a good game plan by him, because we did what we were supposed to do. The guys were prepared. They showed up. Boston just looked great. Boston just looked like the team that they are. They are the number 1 team in the NBA. They've been the number 1 team all season long. They were firing at all cylinders yesterday. They were on point. They shot like 45% from three-point land. Now, are there some things we can do to help stop that? Yes, of course. That's what Spoelstra is going to eventually have to do for game 2 and from here on out. But he will do that. But again, did you think that they would come in and shoot 40-something threes and hit 45% of them? No. They were on point. There was some good stuff that we did, and they still hit the shots. So it's not really on Spoelstra to what happened. Let's just give Boston their props. They were actually the better team. We just got to give them props for that. So that night they were the better team. But I give Spoelstra a B for the game plan. It's definitely going to be tough on us, man. Shout out to you, Marlon. I think the Heat got to rebound better. Boston dominated the glass. Yes, they did. They did out rebound us. They actually did a great job on the boards against us. So we definitely got to do a better job on the boards, because that's going to be very important if we're going to win, because we're going to need them to have some bad shooting nights. And once they have a bad shooting night, we can take advantage of that. So that's actually a great observation by you, Marlon. I appreciate you for that. But again, they were firing on all cylinders, man. Both teams, we didn't shoot too well from the three-point. I think we shot like 32% from three-point land. That's not too great. But we didn't take too many threes as well. But they were just firing on all cylinders, But the key thing was, obviously the game that got us into the playoffs against Chicago, the player of that game for me was Jaquez Jr. But what did Jaquez Jr. get, for yesterday's performance? He got a B for me because, again, he is not the main guy. He's a rookie. I could just only imagine the type of atmosphere that he was seeing when he was going inside to that Boston arena. It was crazy playoff intensity. It was an early game, but he still showed up, and he actually showed that he's going to be somebody we can use, and we will be able to count on from here on out because he has some things that he can help us do. I like Jaquez's ability, so I gave him a B for what he did yesterday. He had 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. It wasn't the greatest game, but again, he's not somebody that's going to come out and give us 20 per game. He's not that type of player. Him giving us 16, 4, and 4 was decent enough. He didn't play too well. Again, we didn't play too well defensively. This game, we got exposed on a lot of things, and we're going to have a little bit of a video film here we're going to show here shortly. But I give Jaquez a B for what he did. He didn't play too bad. But again, it's not on him, right? It's really on the other guys. A lot of people were saying, well, it's time for Bam to step up. Bam did step up. Bam came out and gave us 24 points. He was aggressive. He was taking his shot from mid-range. He was doing his thing. He was going at Porzingis. And obviously, as you guys can see, he went off, and it still didn't help us. So, again, him going off for 30, 40 points is not going to be what we need from him. We're going to need him more on the defensive side. He's going to have to figure out something with Porzingis because Porzingis is a problem. We might have to do something about just letting Jaylen Brown and Tatum, whoever's guarding them, just guard them. Stay in front of them. I don't know how, because we don't have great defenders as far as perimeter defenders one-on-one. A lot of our guys are not great at that. Especially the guys that we like to play, 25, 30 minutes on the floor. So Bam, I give Bam a B- because, again, he played great as far as offensively, but he didn't do nothing else defensive-wise. He did, like Marlon said, he wasn't hitting the glass. He wasn't getting on the boards. The role players have to show up in the playoffs. Now, that's what happened with Boston. Usually role players show up on the home floor. Boston's role players showed up. They had, I think, 7 guys in double figures. You see what I'm saying? Jason Tatum only had 23 points. I think he was their high scorer, but everybody was scoring. They had that guy Hauser hitting shots. Al Horford came off the bench with 10 points. Their starting 5 had all double figures. So yeah, it's gonna take a role. It's gonna take the role player. It's gonna take a really, really, really complete effort from the Miami Heat to beat Boston. Boston is the real deal. Boston is the real deal. They are truly the title favorites if you know basketball. But we're the Heat, man. We don't care about that. We don't like Boston around here, man. We want to see Boston lose, man. I hate Boston, man. We don't care about Boston. Can't stand Boston. But the real factor is this guy, Tyler Hero. I don't know what to say about Tyler, man. I really don't know what to say about Tyler. He has his moments. I give him an F because he just wasn't aggressive enough. In a game we're getting blown out, this is your time to just go ahead and do what you got to do, man. Play your game. It wasn't like you were creating plays for everybody else. You only had 4 assists. So what are you doing? What were you doing? 11 points. You shot bad. You didn't take enough shots. You just didn't do your thing, bro. You just didn't do your thing. And you need to do your thing for me, man. You need to do your thing. We're going to need you to be playoff Jimmy. We're going to need you to go off and have those games where Boston is running around going crazy. But that's the thing. Boston has great perimeter defenders. They have guys that they can run around and chase our players. Man, they really do, man. White's a good defender. Holiday's a good defender. Brown's a good defender. So they have those guys. Jason Tatum could also come out there and do some things. So when we're doing all those screens and those dribble handoffs, it's not going to be easy. We're going to really have to execute. We're going to have to do some things, and I'm going to show you what we're going to have to do here shortly. But Tyler Hero's going to have to do better than this. He's going to have to play better than 11 points. He's going to have to do better than taking 13 or 11 shots. He has to take 15, 20 shots per game. He has to take close to 20 shots per game. He has to find his shots. He has to do it. We have to find his shots. He has to be the guy that gets us to 30 or 40 points if necessary, because he's the guy that can do it. Not to say Bam can't do it. I'm just saying that Bam has so much to do offensively and defensively that we don't really need Bam to give us that. Bam could give us the 20 to 25, but we need the 10 rebounds from Bam. We need the 3 to 4 blocks from Bam. We need him to disrupting at the rim, protecting the rim to a certain degree. But it's going to be hard against Boston, and I'm going to show you guys why. So, he gets an F. He gets an F. Tyler Hero gets an F. He's one of the few that gets an F. But overall, as a team, I give us a C minus because if we look at the supporting cast, Jovic got more minutes, and I like Jovic getting more minutes. He didn't play great throughout his whole time on the floor, but he's definitely somebody we're going to need. You can see flashes of why he is who he is and what we're going to use out of him because he has the size, pause. He has the knowledge as far as understanding the game. He just has to figure out how to do it in the NBA under these type of circumstances and situations. Martin, we haven't seen Martin, man. I haven't seen the Martin that we need from last year's playoff. He got a D, man. We need to see that Martin. We've seen spurts of it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Again, our problem is we don't have a true floor general on the offensive side of the ball. It is hard for our guys to get their shots, man. We are struggling to get our shots. So we're going to have to do some things to get our players their shots. We got to figure out something, which I believe Spoelstra will do wholeheartedly in the staff. Highsmith, a F. You are 0 for 4 from the field. You were shooting nothing but three-pointers because they're letting you shoot those three-pointers, which, again, I said, you take them because you're shooting them in rhythm, but you got to find another way to score. You got to find another way to affect the game offensively. You're doing your thing on the defensive side, but you're not doing enough offensively. You got to step up. You got to step up. You get an F for me. I know there's some Highsmith fans out there, but Highsmith has to step up. This is ridiculous. He's just taking up threes and they're not even getting rebounds on top of that. Yeah, we need more. We need more of Caleb Martin and Duncan Robinson. Correct on that. You are correct on that. We're gonna need both of them. Duncan Robinson, again, I have him here. I gave him a B. Kevin Love was on point. When Kevin Love was on the floor, he showed out. It looks like Spoelstra likes to use Kevin Love in the first half, not too much in the second half. But Kevin Love definitely showed out. Even Wright played well. Now Wright didn't play too great defensively, but I can't hold that against him because nobody did. Defensively against Boston. We really didn't play that well against Boston defensively. Once they started hitting their shots, we were looking like, oh my God, what are we going to do? I mean, I'm going to show it again. I'm going to show y'all some clips so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And then we're going to end off with Duncan Robinson. Yes, Duncan Robinson is going to be necessary because he is, when they talk about the gravity in basketball that Stephen Curry provides, I always used to tell them Duncan Robinson has that same gravity. When he's running around screens, teams are worried about him. They are legitimately throwing guys in front of him. They're double teaming him without the ball sometimes because he's getting screens and stuff like that. So we're going to definitely need him because we're going to need the three-point ball to really beat Boston. But we're going to also need some other things. So overall, as a team, I'm not going to harken too much on how we lost because, again, this is just the playoffs. You can lose by 30 or lose by 2. It's only a loss. It's one loss. That's it. It really doesn't matter that you lost by 30. We got to forget that. Dump that to the side, figure out a new way to come out with some game plan and do some different things, adjust, because that's what the playoffs is about, is adjusting. Whether you adjust during the game or you adjust from game to game, you need to figure out a way to adjust. And that's the key factor in all of this. So it was just a loss. We only down 0-1. Boston did exactly what they were supposed to do, protect their home floor, especially in game 1. All we got to do now is figure out how we can get our offense going because that's really the problem. Because if Boston's offense is going, it doesn't matter how great we play defensively, Boston's going to fire shots left and right, and they're going to get their shots because they play good team basketball. They have a good team. They have a good chemistry. They are really, really good, man. I hate to say it, man, but they are really, really good. You guys can get mad at me, but I really think that Boston is a good basketball team. So, without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you guys to see what I'm talking about when we're talking about this Miami Heat team and yesterday's game. Because we didn't play bad. Here is early in the game. Again, this is them. They're already up 9-0. All right, this is after Spoelstra called the timeout to try to stop them. We couldn't get no baskets early in the game. We missed our first 6 or 7 shots, I believe. But as you can see here, we cannot have this type of situation. But guys are playing. Look, these guys are playing. They're playing defense. You see here, look, we're on the guys. We're playing. They're just moving the ball. Hand in his face, he hits that. That's just a good shot. Here it is again. Look, we're running them off the three-point line. Look, run them off the three-point line because they were shooting it well. Bad defense by Jovic a little bit. We can correct that. You see what I'm saying? And here it goes again. Look, we're playing. Look, we're double teaming. We're blitzing Tatum. We're doing a good job defensively. We're doing. Look, we're rotating. Boom. But Boston's just moving the ball. But here is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to run. We're going to have to get ahead of the defense, and we're going to have to get these type of baskets. If we're going to beat them, these are the type of baskets we're going to get. See right here. Nope, just run. Just run before their defense can get. We're going to need a lot more baskets like this. This is how we're going to get our offense going when we're struggling. Here it goes again. This is off of actually a basket that off the out of bounds. Look, boom, just running. We're going to need this. That is what we're going to need if we're going to beat Boston. We're going to have to do those type of things, those little subtle things right there. We're going to have to hit the boards and run. We're going to have to run them off the three-point line a little bit better and be a little bit more disciplined on where the rotations are coming from. And then we're going to have to hope that they have a bad shooting night and a couple of bad shooting nights so that we can get a 4-game stretch. Because that's what we're going to need. That wasn't bad rotation. Again, Boston played great, like you said. It wasn't bad rotation. As you can see, we were doing some things. That's why I said we didn't play bad defensively. Boston was just hitting some shots. There's some things we can correct though, because there was some bad one-on-ones which I can't show right now because I didn't want to bring too much clips up for copyright purposes. But there were some times that we were just letting Jason Tatum go around. The defender. We couldn't stay in front of Jason Tatum. We couldn't stay in front of Brown. You see what I'm saying? There were some times where there were moments where somehow Porzingis had a hero on him, or had somebody that was undermatched and undersized. No Diddy. You see what I'm saying? But we still have to find a way to stop that and give them and make it just more difficult for them. We really have to. They got a lot of good shots up, as well as far as us helping running them off the line and making it difficult for them. But they kept moving the ball. They were not hesitant to get it to the next guy to get a better shot. And that shows the brilliance of the coach that they have as well. It shows their ability to game plan. They are a good basketball team. They're really good, man. They are really, really good, and we're gonna have to play excellent to really beat them. So overall, they out-rebounded us 44-34. So we got to do a better job on the boards. Again, the turnovers weren't that bad. We had less turnovers than them. Again, the problem was they shot 45% from the three-point land. We can't allow them to shoot that well. We beat them in points in the paints. We beat them in fast break points, but we have to get more fast break points. We have to get ahead of their defense so that they can't sit there and destroy us that way. We can't let Jason Tatum dictate the boards as well. You see what I'm saying? We have to just play better. Across the board, though, like I said, I give us a C-. We can play better. We can come in and shock them in Game 2 and beat them in Game 2. So what I'll do is I'll put up the link for y'all for those that want to join me to have a conversation. If y'all are available to talk to me here, because again, it's the Heat Hour, and this is the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We are expanding our content. I'm bringing to you guys what I do best, which is talk about my Miami Heat. I actually talk more about the Heat than I do LeBron, to be honest with you. You guys don't really know that, but I do. I'm a big time Heat fan. And those are my boys, man. Yes, you right about that. This would have been a hell of a series with Jimmy and Terry. Now, I don't know when Terry's coming back, man. It looks like the Heat made a risk to get Terry Rozier, which was a good option in February because he was healthy then. He's been a healthy player most of his career, but for some reason he is not healthy for us when we need him the most, which was for the playoff run. Because we could use Kyle Lowry right now the way Kyle Lowry's playing in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? But, we just got to just ball out. You know what I'm saying? And I know we will. I feel very confident in what we can do. I don't think we're going to get blown out. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think that it's too much for the Heat to overcome? The Celtics are just too good? Or will the Miami Heat show y'all something that we can do? Like, again, we are a good team. Right now, Philadelphia is up 36-29 versus the Knicks. Cleveland is also up 58-44 and running with Game 2. It's at halftime there in Cleveland against Orlando. So it looks like the playoffs are on and running. But again, man, listen, the idea that we can't compete with Boston, I don't accept. Boston, as great as they are as a team, I think we can give them a run for their money. I like our chances. I like our chances in Game 2. I think, again, like I said, I think that with the idea that there is no one guy you have to focus on. What is Boston going to say? Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to say, just keep hitting your shots at 44%? No. So they're going to come in with they're just going to come in. They play their game. And now we are the ones that are going to come in and have to shock them and hit them with some heavy blows. We definitely got to do a better job on the boards, like Marlon said. It definitely got to come up, man. I got to muck up the game and make it ugly. Well, you see, that's why I gave Spoelstra a B. Because you can see at the end of the game, not only were we still fighting, right, to make it some kind of a game of some sort, Boston kept their guys in the game real late. Those guys shouldn't have been in the game, 2 minutes left in the game, up that many points and playing as good as they were playing. They had their bench players playing well. You didn't have to leave Jason Tatum on the floor. And that wasn't a dirty play by Caleb Martin, right? Early in the game, Jason Tatum was telling us stop crying like bitches, let alone he was crying like a bitch when that happened. Well, it wasn't really him. It was Brown coming up to his defense. But, again, we don't want nobody to get hurt. We're not trying to play dirty basketball, but we will play physical, and we will show you our presence. We will show you that we are here to play, and that you're not just going to bully us, and you're not just going to just take a bunch of shots and just keep jacking them up and hitting them, and we ain't doing nothing about it. We the Heat. We are not finna let that happen, man. We are not gonna let that happen. We is not gonna let that happen. So, I like our chances. I think, like I said, if we go back and, like I said, if we look at the film, if we take a look at what the Heat gotta do, we definitely gotta come here, and this is where look right. If we look at it right here, right here, if we get the ball like this and we run in these type of positions, look, we put them under these type of situations and we do more of this, we'll have a chance. And we got to do this early. We got to do this as soon as the game starts. We got to start running like this. We got to try to get these type of shots. Look right here. Look, nonstop. Look at them. We got to put pressure on them and make them, because once we let them set up, they have court defense. We're in trouble. It's going to be hard for us to get our offense going because we just don't have the right floor general to do it. So we're going to have to do those type of things to truly get ourselves an advantage over Boston. Because if Boston is hitting those shots like they were hitting in this game, yeah, it's going to be a quick 4. Now, I can't wait for them to come down here because, we get real rowdy during the playoff times down here in Miami. And I don't care what y'all tell me. It's still Biscayne in June. It will always be Biscayne in June until you get us out of the playoffs. We fought hard to be in this position, and we're going to fight hard to stay in this position. So it's going to be Biscayne in June until we lose 4 games in a playoff series. And we're going to show up in Game 3, which I believe is Saturday, if I'm correct. Yes, it's Saturday. We're playing Game 3 Saturday. So we got time. We're only playing 3 games this week. So hopefully we can get Rozier back before Game 4. Or hopefully before Game 3, because as of right now, I think he's week to week, not even day to day anymore. But who knows what's gonna happen? But Boston is definitely the team to beat. We can do it. We can do it. We are the Heat.
Go Heat! Let's go Heat! The Heat!
I'm telling you, man, we got a chance, man. We got a chance. So, if anybody want to come and join me, y'all let me know what's up. Y'all know what this is, man. This is the GOAT James Kingdom platform. I'm Ajani. This is what we do here. We talk basketball. I bring it to you like none other. I'm a big-time Heat fan. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber to the channel already. Check out the membership if you are a GOAT James fan or even a Miami Heat fan, as I will always continue to drop information for our Heat. And also we drop all kind of information about the GOAT debate and the greatest players in general in basketball, because you guys know what we do. We also on TikTok, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, Twitter. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. This is the Heat Hour, which I will be doing every Monday, 8 p.m. to talk about the Heat and what the Heat be doing. All right, so y'all can always check me out right here on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel. It's every Monday right here, 8 p.m. Eastern time on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Subscribe to the channel because, again, we're going to continually drop good information. I love my Heat. I love basketball. And what's better than this? What's better than this? Obviously, there's playoff games going on right now. So without further ado, man, I'm gonna actually get up out of here because I can see nobody wants to join me and have a conversation, which is fine. But I see y'all in the comments, man. I appreciate all of you guys. Again, share the content. Let folks know about the Miami Heat Hour. I want to gather up a bunch of Heat fans. I want us to come together. I want us to have a safe space to talk basketball and really break down the game so we can have an understanding of what our Heat is trying to do on a night in and night out basis. I'm sorry that I'm starting this late in this season, but I will continue this on because our platform is growing. We'll continue to get more subscribers. So shout out to everybody who is a subscriber to the channel. We really do appreciate y'all, man. We really do. What up to you, Chris and Sue here, man? This is Bam time to shine, but it seems like he's more defensive than offensive, even though Bam is a great passer for a big. Yes, I agree with you. That is actually a great take. I don't think that he's more defensive than offensive. I just think he fits in with what the Heat are trying to do. They really are not trying to put Bam under that type of pressure. You know what I'm saying? I think the Heat are really protecting Bam. They want him to grow and develop. And obviously, if Bam becomes a great offensive player, he starts making all NBA teams. Guess what happens? Max contracts. So the Heat are not trying to do too much with Bam. They want to hold on to him. They don't want teams too much clamoring for him. As teams have been trying to get him off of the Heat, they've been asking about Bam in different trades as well. But Bam is a beast. We all know he could actually ball. He just plays too much team basketball, and that is actually what makes us a good team. But some people want to see him step up. So I agree though. He does have opportunities. He should do that. But again, I think we just need to focus on putting the ball on the floor faster as far as running more, getting on the boards a little bit more, continue to run them off the line, hope that they don't hit the threes, play a little bit better one-on-one defense, keep them from driving the lanes so that Bam is not in a bad predicament, because Bam has to worry about Al Horford and Porzingis, who are good three-point shooters, who stay out on the perimeter a lot. So look, they drag Bam out of the paint, so we're going to need guys to play better perimeter defense. We're going to have to show up our zone defense a little bit more. But other than that, we're going to be fine. So, again, y'all know what to do. Y'all check me out every Monday right here on the Heat Hour, where I come out on 8 p.m. All right, y'all check us out on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. This is what we do. I also go live Friday nights for the Friday Night Exposure with The Exposer, where I expose Michael Jordan fans and LeBron haters left and right, and basketball fans who don't know how to talk basketball. That's what I do best. That's what I'm here for. But we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We go live on Sundays as well, noon Eastern time, to talk about the basketball world and all the hot topics in the basketball world, especially the GOAT conversation. There's a lot of stuff going on there. But again, this is the Miami Heat Hour. All right, so this is what I do for the Heat Hour. We come talking about the Heat because it's Biscayne in June. It will always be Biscayne in June. So y'all make sure to check me out every Monday night. All right. So we can do this again. I will be back Thursday night, though, because I will be doing a show Thursday to do a Heat Hour to talk about Game 2. What is Bam's career high score? That's a great question. Before I let you go, let's find that out. That's actually a great question. Let's figure out what Bam's career high is. I think Bam's had a 40-point game in his career. I think he's had a 40 and 20 game. But I think they took away the 20 rebounds. So Bam's highest points in a game was 41 points. He scored 41 points in 2021. He had 40 points and 17 rebounds. So that's Bam's best game of his career. But again, Bam's a beast, man. He had to develop his game, and he has developed his game well. So that's a great question. That's a great question. No, it's not, Rich. Get the hell out of here. Nobody cares what you have to say. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. This is the Miami Heat Hour. It's all about the Miami Heat. It's not about what you... Definitely. Yeah, well, that's what we need from Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero needs to give us those 40-point games, those 30-point games. He's the guy that gets it going, so we have to believe in that. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get up out of here. This has been a great Heat Hour with you guys. See you guys soon. Enjoy the playoffs. Let's go Heat.
Hey, put this one in the books. It's over. It's a wrap. Go Heat. Let's go, Heat. I, the Heat. I, the Heat.
I should get some sleep.